Joining us now is ABC News contributor Colonel Steve Ganyard. Thank you so much for your time. Big picture, what do you make of this round of strikes?
Yeah, Stephanie, obviously the president picked targets here that he felt would not further inflame tensions in the region, would not bring the U.S. into direct confrontation with Iran. And the question now will be: is it enough? Is it enough to stop the strikes on U.S. service personnel and these remote outposts? I think we can also expect in the coming days, if not hours, to see strikes on the Houthis in Yemen. So the way that the president picked targets here, it was intended to at least deter those militia inside of Iraq and Syria from going after U.S. troops and not inflaming the situation further.
Yeah, and let's see if that holds. What do you think is the best case scenario and worst case scenario?
Best case is probably that these militias stop attacking U.S. troops. I mean, we've seen that they've made public declarations within Iraq that they will not do this anymore. We've seen reporting that the IRGC has moved out. Most of their headquarters and some of their senior folks have been moved out of Syria and out of Iraq. So that would be best case if they took the message the president was trying to send here by understanding that they are not going to tolerate attacks on U.S. troops any longer. Worst case would be that this would lead to further attacks and it would lead to further U.S. retaliation. So at this point, the U.S. is sort of playing whack-a-mole, but hoping that these strikes just tonight, which were so much more in number and more targets were hit, that this will stop the attacks on U.S. troops.
Yeah, we'll see if that message was received. Colonel Ganyard, as an Army reservist, I know the American military always has targets, always has a good sense of where militia groups are around the world and their activity. Would you agree this strike didn't take long to plan?
I think it took a couple of days, Stephanie, and remember that the White House signaled that there would be some sort of retribution. They said very publicly that they were going to hold Iran responsible for these attacks because they were supporting the groups that are actually conducting the attacks. But I also think that that gave the Iranian militias and some of the IRGC time to leave the areas where we knew that they were operating. And so what happened is you had a couple of days where these troops would disperse, which made it much harder on those on the intelligence side who were looking to be able to target these groups appropriately. So we sort of gave them a couple days to get away and move their position. It will be interesting when daylight comes to see whether these attacks were in fact successful and whether they were just hitting empty areas.
Absolutely. Colonel Steve Ganyard for us, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate your insights.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.